Hey guys, Holden here with Mangapursuit, theme 24, what got us into anime and manga? So here's my story. Around 2001, I was, 10 minus 11? I think I was about 6 or 5 at the time. Regardless, it was the 4th of July, and my friends, my mom and dad had their friends over, and their friends had brought their kids, who were my friends, named Alec and Blake. Alec was 2 years older than me, and Blake's 2 years younger than me, and so I was in between ages of them. And we stayed up really late to watch the fireworks, of course. And in doing so, when we got back inside, I turned on the TV, which is a really, really old TV. I mean, I'd like turn the knob and turn it on. That was a long time ago. So I did that, and then whenever I did that, we started watching Cartoon Network, but it wasn't Cartoon Network. It was Adult Swim, and pretty much what happened was we started watching a show called Cowboy Bebop. Maybe you've heard of it. It's a little known show. So I watched it, and I can still remember the exact episode I watched. We watched the first episode of that, and I vividly remember every moment of it. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever because my friend was Alec. He was like, "Dude, Cowboy Bebop's on. This show's awesome." And I was like, "What's Cowboy Bebop?" And then we watched it, and I thought it was amazing because I'd never actually seen anything like it. Because I didn't really go into the whole Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh phase when I was in first grade. I think is what it was, 2001. Actually, I was pre-first grade. This summer of when I was going into first grade. So I think that might even before the Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon craze even began with. Then I started watching Toonami on Cartoon Network, and that was awesome because I found one of my favorite shows on there actually, which is Outlaw Star. I think Outlaw Star is probably my favorite space western actually, without a doubt it is. I don't even know why. What's really weird about it is I saw the first like 3 or 4 episodes, and then I never saw it again really. I remembered so vividly all the first 4 episodes. You know, they got Hilda, she's wearing a costume, she rips the costume off, they go shoot people, and then they find Melfina naked. I remember that episode so vividly, it's like ridiculous. Because what's really funny about the story is, I did that when it was in I think 2003 or maybe 4, maybe 3rd or 4th grade, maybe a little later, maybe a little earlier. Anyway, I remember this episode so well that I wanted to find out what it was because I've always thought of that scene where they're driving away, shooting the guys. I thought that was the coolest scene ever actually, and I remember that scene for years actually. And I always compared things to, oh, this isn't as cool as that one show where that guy has that gun that like shoots ridiculously huge bullets. And I never knew what it was until not about a year ago actually. I was just going through things and I found a show called Outlaw Star. I don't know, I guess my subconscious automatically clicked on it, and I remember the first episode so well that I was like, I have found you once again. And that's my story with Outlaw Star, and I loved that. I was really happy to find that. But then after that, I kind of stayed off anime for about, a year? I watched Dragon Ball Z, of course, but it's kind of different. Who didn't? But then when I started doing it watching it more religiously was in the 6th grade when I was watching, this is also from Adult Swim. In 6th grade, I watched a show called Eureka 7. Eureka 7 was on, and it was about this dude surfing on air, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And it was, I remember because I was up super late, like, I was in like 6th grade maybe, so I didn't stay up much later than like 9 or 10, and it came on at like, 3 in the morning or something ridiculous. So I started watching it online. That was actually the first show I watched online. It was about 2006, and I watched it on YouTube. And what's really weird is that was my first show that I watched online. I started looking for the episodes. I was just like, Eureka episode, whatever, part, whatever, because you could only have like 10-minute max videos, or in less than that, maybe like 8 minutes. So there's multiple parts, as you guys all probably know. Then I got so far in the series that I passed the dub, I think. So I actually started having to watch it subbed, and that was also my first subbed anime I ever had to watch, which was really amazing. But before all of that, in 2001, I also was my friend Alec. Alec showed me a show that he had on VHS called Neon Genesis Evangelion. He had some VHS tapes of the first 3 VHS tapes and I thought it was amazing. This is still one of my favorite shows, actually. It's probably my favorite animated movie, the Evangelion Rebuild. Pretty much what it was I fell in love with that series, and actually in 2001, I think it was? Yeah, it was the same year when I first started anime. So it was a little later, during the school year versus summer. It was during the school year when they started releasing this. I collected all 8 of the Evangelion DVDs as they were coming out, which is pretty amazing considering that means these things are pretty much almost as old as I am, which is just mind-boggling. I think I got these actually in the 2nd grade, so maybe around 2002. But regardless, I really loved this series. This series is awesome. I still watch it to this day, and I watch the movies all the time too. But the anime that really threw me over the edge and got me neck deep in anime was another Adult Swim series. This one a lot more of you may have heard of because it just stopped airing about a year ago, and that's Code Geass: The Lelouch of the Rebellion. This is the box set actually for season 1 that I got. Yeah, which actually has all 3 parts, but I'm getting off track. I loved that show. First episode I saw was episode 7, and I remember that episode really, really vividly, where Lelouch is commanding people to do stuff, and ultimately he loses, and I thought that show was awesome. So I actually went on channel 98 to find out what channel it was, what show it was, because that's a TV Guide channel. So I found out I was like, Code Geass, and I was like, it's retarded. But then I looked it up and I watched all the episodes on a site called JustDubs.com, I think. That was back in 2007, 2008, I think. But that's the anime that really threw me over, because at the time they didn't have season 2 dubbed, so I was kind of in this moment of, wow, so this is really anime. And I was experimenting with all of it, and I was like, this stuff is really good. So then, whenever I started getting into it, I was like, that's the time whenever I was just like, so what else, what would I like if I liked this? And I think the next series I saw after this was, I think, Trigun, and that series was awesome too. And from there, I kind of just spiraled out of control. But that's my story on anime. On manga, it's pretty much, I was just in Washington, D.C. in the 7th grade for my class field trip. We all just went to D.C., and what happened was we got like an hour to ourselves, and so me and my friends, me and my group of people that I stayed with, we decided to go to the Barnes & Noble in Georgetown. And so when we went to there, I saw one of those spiral carousels that display all the books. They had Naruto, and I really liked Naruto at the time. Watched it a lot actually, because I thought it was amazing. Because there was a marathon going on one day, and I just sat there and watched it from episode 1 to like 25, where they're fighting Zabuza, and I was blown away. I thought it was amazing. But that was that. So then they had volume 7, 8, and 9. And I just bought all of them, and I thought it was so cool, and I really liked that series then, and so that's what started me. It was actually, yeah, Naruto. That's what got me started. That was my first manga, and then from there, I had 1 through 17 for a long time, because I went to New York and got like all the miscellaneous stuff I had to get up to date with like 17, and then from there, I went to, I didn't get it for a long time, and then I actually just got to 27 because I just wanted to get all the original. But my next manga that I got actually after that was, I got volumes 1 through 4 of The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, because that was one of the animes I watched after, and I thought the anime was amazing, and I was like, I have to own that because I want something that says Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya on it, so I bought that. But that was pretty much how I started my addiction, so that was pretty fun, and I really hope you guys liked this, and I guess until next time, I'm Holden, and I'll catch you later.